So I tell people, I don't get why people don't have these more. I really, really don't. Hey guys, if you don't know what Slate VSX is already, it is a mixing and mastering, or for me, even a production headphones, which emulate different studios, different room spaces. It can emulate like a phone sounds. Obviously, you can check out all the rooms here. I have the platinum edition of this, so I have every headphone, every car, every space. No amount of equipment, no amount of gear will obviously make you a better producer. People can produce on their phones, people can produce on random headphones, on little earpieces. So don't again expect this to solve any problems just straight off the bat with your mixing and mastering, with your music production. Obviously think of it something that will help if you put in the time and the effort, and it's like getting a coach, in the sense where the coach can help you focus on things to do better, where he can set you goals, and then eventually putting in that time and using that coach as a tool, which you use the Slate VSX also as a tool, you can eventually get better and better. But by having these, it will help definitely speed up the process, one, and two, it will give you really, really high standard of audio and a really high standard of music that you can compare using other songs to help bring your productions up. So don't think of this as any product ever, as any plugin, as any speaker, any microphone, anything that you could ever buy. Don't expect it to just instantly be like, yep, this is the one, this is it, I'm the best producer in the world. So again, use it as a tool and definitely use it wisely. The problem that it solves for me is my room is not treated in the slightest. I do have speakers. I got Adam T5Vs and a T10S sub. I still have a lot of reverb, a lot of sound. Again, it is an untreated room. It is hard to get a mix correctly. So I can do volume balancing, but all the little adjustments, all the little track placements, whether I want to pan or whatever, is really, really hard to do on these speakers, which speakers are great and I do use them still, even in an untreated room. But if I really want to sit down and produce or even mix and master, it just depends on what I'm doing at the time. These are really, really good, and I just got the base edition, which obviously before this was the only edition for the open backs. But basically these here, I don't get why more people don't have them in the slightest. They were, for the price, especially these ones, are really cheap for the amount of use and the quality that they are, because a lot of people think they are snake oil, and I wouldn't agree in the slightest, just because to me these really help with reverb placement, delay placement. Volume control is really, really good on these, and especially the main thing about these is testing your mix out on a million different places, or in a million places. So obviously all these are my favorite ones. I got the yellow matter midfield. I got the Mike Dean's car, which is obviously I use a lot. The music I make is electronic music, so there's a lot of bass, and I like seeing how the bass sounds, seeing how the song feels in a car. That's where it's listened to quite a lot. And this is my main production and mix and master studio. So the Archon is just, to me, really warm, and just it sounds good to me. Again, for you, it might not matter what studio you pick. For you, Zuma Studios NRG might be better. You just got to try them all out, and whichever one you personally find the best, that's the one you should probably use. I got club. Again, my music is played a lot in clubs, festivals. So having this is a good reference to see how a kick sounds, to see if it's weak, to see if it's phasing, to see how my lead sound. It's really good. And this is primarily for mixing and mastering only. I'm pretty sure this is, specific mix and master for the engineer. So how it sound to you actually on here, or how it sound to the client. And each room, I've used basically every room. I've tried out everything. To me, again, these ones are the best for my type of music, but for you, try out whatever you think is good. I think the main reason to get these as well, if you are on the fence about them, is one, it's way cheaper than obviously treating your room, buying speakers, buying subwoofer, taking the time to put up all the foam on the wall, soundproofing, to put up all the boards, put up everything. It will save you, like, let's say you had to buy the speakers, you had to buy the sub, and you're buying good ones, which are like the Adams, let's say, that's around 1,000 AUD, which like around 500, 600 euro or 700 USD. You're already spending so much on that. Then you got soundproofing, then you got extra stains you might want to buy. Then whatever audio interfaces, and I do run these off audio interfaces. Well, an audio interface being Scarlett 2i2. Just, I don't think they need them. They have a connector you can plug in there, or I'm pretty sure you can just plug in straight into your PC or even into your phone. But these headphones on their own, to me, they're not the best, I would say, on the market, but they are really, really good for a standalone headphone. So you can definitely use them as standalone headphones as well. But the main party trick is this program here, because this program, without the headphones, they don't really work. So if I was to use my main just Bluetooth random headphones that I have, it wouldn't sound as good, because these are made obviously specifically for this program. And I want to show you really quickly, it might not sound as good on the recording, but you're going to hear the different emulation or the type of emulation sounds that these do. Just some random background music I have here. I'll quickly skim through the rooms and play them. I have a short delay between switching, so the audio will cut out. When it changes, it sounds a lot better. So you're not changing and then like not hearing the changes. So it's just a nice space in between. Let's get into it. So obviously, before I move on to the other ones, you can see here how they have near, mid, and far. Obviously, near these speakers, mid these ones, and then far should be these. If you switch between them, it obviously switches to these specific speakers. Yeah, how they're all slightly different. Then you got the car, which again will sound different. You got Icon Studio, which is my favorite. Then you got the club. And in this, you can hear more reverb, which is emulating the room space, which isn't the biggest difference that you can tell between the studios. Like you can That's basically a quick walkthrough of this. You can set custom ear profiles, which I don't have loaded, but basically the ear profiles, they tune the headphones to your ear. So not sure if you do a test anymore, but there was a sound test that you did when they first came out, and I've always just used that ear profile. Basically, these do have a slight learning curve, but that's any speaker, any headphones will have a slight learning curve, so you shouldn't be put off by that at all. They are good headphones. They've helped me study and analyze music a lot better, and they just really good for what they are, for how much they cost as well. Again, I'm not 100% sure how much they cost at the moment. I bought these, I'm not sure, two years ago ish, and they've held up really well. The ear muffs are slightly becoming worn, but it's been 2.5 years of like just not constant use, but a lot of use. These are great. They're not, I wouldn't say they're not a total replacement of speakers, of using even normal headphones like the DT770s, or even doing mix test. But basically these do, I would say, 80 to 90% of the carrying. You can do 80 to 90% of this if it sounds good on these, basically everywhere else, in the car, in a studio, at the club, at a festival, wherever you are. They will always sound good, basically. Like, there is never not a time this haven't translated for me. Again, if you're on the fence of buying these, I would definitely recommend these over standard headphones first, just because they will help push your production. Even let's say you're already an advanced producer and you have an untreated room, I still think it'll push you just a little bit more. So just with my experience of these, you can learn a lot more, and it will just help bring your production and mixing and mastering to just another level, just because it's really hard to put into words how these headphones work, and you really do need to try them yourself. So if you have a DJ store, a music store, you can go and try them on, and they have the software set up. I would recommend to go and do that, just because you need to hear how these sound rather than through this test or YouTube. So it won't sound the same through your standard headphones and these. As a summary, these are good for people that have untreated rooms who don't want to spend $1,000+ on speakers, on subwoofers, room treatment. People that are unsure or don't trust other headphones, don't trust the EQ settings that they do. These are great. I would definitely recommend buying them. These I don't have the open back ones to try, as those are way more expensive than this, but I've heard really good things about them. So Slate VSX, if you're listening, please, if you could send the headphones, I'd appreciate it a lot, and I'll definitely check them out and review them. But yeah, these are, I would say, out of 10, like an easy 9 out of 10. Like, obviously not perfect. I don't think anything can be perfect, and if there is, prove me wrong. I would recommend these, even if you're traveling. These are really, really good for traveling. While if you're a DJ or a music producer right now, traveling everywhere, and you don't have access to a studio, having these will just, like, there's no need for a studio basically if you're traveling. These are really, really good for that. If you're, again, untreated rooms, if you don't trust any other headphones. Again, this is coming from someone, I'm not sponsored by Slate VSX. I have no affiliation at the moment. So I tell people, I don't get why people don't have these more. I really, really don't. I would get them, and I would recommend them 100%. So if you have any questions about them, feel free to leave them in the comments or even message me on Instagram. Runix Music is my handle. So yeah, I'll be more than happy to answer any questions about these, and these are really good headphones.